So how are we getting people to watch 3, 4, 5-minute videos for less than 50 cents per view? That's today's video topic, so without further ado, let's jump into the video and teach you guys how to properly do video advertising. The most important thing when you are producing and doing video content like this that I'm showing you right now is you need to have a structure in place, a structure to have a point, a story, and then relate it back to how this specific topic can help the viewer. So what I specifically do in our videos is I map out everything from beginning, middle to end to properly tell a story on how we can help the potential homeowner who's watching our video. And if you're currently thinking, Carter, I'm not comfortable in front of a camera, I'm not comfortable on video, I don't post social media content, I cannot do this, you need to change your mindset. Because video will ultimately take you from here to here, and it will help you build a relationship with the potential homeowners who are looking to sell their property at a very deep discount. And let me give you a specific example. So the property that we had bought the other day, the one that I had taken you on a tour of, the one that's old character, we picked it up for right around 73, 74,000. That came from a Facebook video. She was consuming our Facebook content on how to sell her house, why someone might go through our process, what the steps in the process look like. Then she reached out. In the sale between you and I, it was one of, if not one of the easiest sales to be had. And the reason behind that is this. When owners are consuming your content on Facebook or YouTube, they're watching the videos, they're watching the posts that you make, they start to build a relationship. The best example I can give you is that is the reason that I subscribe to YouTube channels, you subscribe to YouTube channels, and you start to feel like you know the people. You start to feel like you can trust the people, and then the sale, when they offer something, they're building up this value pyramid, giving away content for free. Then you reach out to them and you're like, okay, can you help me with this? Or can you help me with that? And in your mind, you already decided that you're going to work with them as long as it's a fair win-win situation for both parties. And that's what these owners are doing when they're watching our Facebook video ads. So what we're going to do is break down exactly how we structure our video campaigns to capture the most attention and ultimately get us the highest results. So one of the biggest things when we are creating content to put out to potential homeowners, we need to figure out what content they would be interested in. Truth be told, it's way easier than it sounds. As real estate investors, we are oddly familiar with the home sale process. We do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a month, where an average homeowner might do it 1, 2, or 3 times throughout their entire life. What do we have to think about when we are crafting our message? We just have to be consciously aware of the fact that everything that we say, everything that we talked about has to be brought down to the simplest form. It's easier for the owners to understand, and they will engage with your video more and be more prone to do business with you. But let's jump into how we figure out topics that we want to go about, and then I will break down our process for actually crafting a engaging video that will get you motivated seller leads on a consistent basis. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the iPad screen to the left of me right here, and we'll go through things together. So when we're planning out a video, obviously you can see there's several different topics that we can touch base on or talk about, and then break down the process even further. So I just sketched out 4 different ideas. So we could work with cash buyers, the difference of us working with us versus working with a real estate agent, the different costs, fees, what have you, the types of properties we purchase, how to sell a fixer-upper house if you don't want to list it on the market, if you don't want to go through the normal traditional process, what does that look like? And that will be the topic that we're going to choose to dive into in this video. So as you can see on my screen right now, I have the outline to every single video that I personally create when I am posting content to the masses, posting video ads on Facebook, on YouTube, on whatever social media platform that you want to run ads. And it all starts with the same thing. They all start with one of 3 phrases. Do you, are you, if you, then a question. For example, We're gonna do it with a fixer-upper house. Do you own a fixer-upper house that you might be interested in selling, but you honestly don't wanna deal with the repairs or the maintenance or even listing it on the market? Now, if you caught what I did there, I used the first phrase of, do you have a fixer-upper house that you don't wanna deal with that needs a bunch of repairs or maintenance, and you don't want to go through the traditional process of listing that on the market. You're asking the big upfront question to grab their attention in that first 5 to 10 seconds. So after that first initial phrase and question, what you're then going to say is this. I don't have it on the outline, but you're gonna say this. If that is the case, for whatever you just asked them, the question, if that is the case, you're going to want to pay attention to the next few minutes of this video, because what I'm going to tell you is, repeat the question that you just said. What I'm going to tell you is how to sell a fixer-upper property without having to worry, an emotional response, worry about this, this, and this. You can pick one thing, two things, three things. Generally, I go for 2 or 3 things, and then I explain that later on in the outline, as you can see here on my page where it says provide helpful info. Then you have to introduce yourself. So you just went the first 10, 20, 30, 45 seconds capturing their attention, telling them to pay attention to the next few minutes of this video. Then you introduce yourself and your track record. So mine would go something like this. Before I get into that information, first let me introduce myself. My name's Carter. I'm the owner of CB Home Solutions, a local professional house buying company where we purchase properties all the time from owners who don't want to deal with this, this, and this. To date, we've purchased over 100 properties, and maybe your property could be the next one. But let's actually get into the info that I talked about earlier in this video, and we go into point number 3, provide helpful info. In this section, you are literally breaking down every little nuance of the process, why someone might work with you. And I typically, like I had mentioned before, you have 2 or 3 points that you definitely want to drill down on. So with selling a fixer-upper property, typically people don't want to deal with remodeling costs. They also might not want to deal with realtors, or they could be embarrassed about the house. So with those 3 things, I would nail down maybe 30 to 45 seconds talking about each one, pulling out the emotional reason, and then saying how we can solve it. To give you a quick example of what that might sound or look like, what I would specifically say is this. So a lot of the owners that we've helped in the past, they might be dealing with repairs of some sort, and honestly, they don't want to take care of them. It might be the leaky foundation, the bad roof, the old windows, the outdated kitchen, bathroom, the paint that needs to be done, or the flooring that might need to be replaced. And if any of those come top of mind to you and you don't want to take care of them, we can simplify that process for you by purchasing your property as is without you having to do any repairs or maintenance. You don't even have to prep it to get it ready to sell to us. And that's why so many owners choose to sell to us, because ultimately at the end of the day, they don't need to worry about the repairs, the maintenance, the issues. They can take the weight off their shoulders, be relieved that they can move on and not have to worry about those things ever again. And in addition to that, that's when we roll into the second point that we want to cover. Then lastly, after you go through point 1, 2, 3, however many points that you have, you want to give them a call to action. What you need to specifically do is this. If it sounds like something that we could potentially help you out with, if it sounds like we might be the best fit, all you have to do is go to flipfoxvalley.com, fill out the form there on the main page, and we will reach out to you just as soon as we get that inquiry. And that is literally how you end every single video ad that you do. You have to have a call to action, and you can overlay those call to actions in the middle of the advertisement as well. And you can say something along the lines of, now if this sounds like something of interest, just go to flipfoxvalley.com. We can probably help you out there. So hopefully you guys gained some knowledge, you got some value from this video topic. I know I enjoyed making it. If you guys like content like this, of course, comment down below, let me know. And please remember to hit the like and subscribe button, because we are trying to grow this channel to get this knowledge not only in my mind, but to get it out there to the public and to the masses like yourself. So appreciate you watching. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.